Tom Hanks and who's that pretty blonde that was in every
Val
fucking
Kilmer,
thing?
maybe?
No, the woman. You silly man.
I'm doing my best here. I'm not the actor guy.
I said that pretty blonde, and Woody goes to Val Kilmer. All right.
I did do that.
The one from Sleepless in Seattle that was Tom Hanks. Meg Ryan.
Not nearly as hot as.
I mean, she's no Val Kilmer, but yeah, she is pretty hot. Who's that really sexy brunette from the spy movies? Oh yeah, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise. Yeah.
I like him because he's petite.
Won't stop rocking till he clocked on a gazillion grand.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like
Embarrassing
moments. Like you, I've blocked a lot of them out. Like sometimes I'll be laying in bed, like trying to sleep, and I'll think back to awkward moments from like high school or like adolescence, and I'll just be like, la 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 la, like trying to like push it out of the periphery of my fucking mental scape.
Do you ever like you just start talking out loud to yourself, or you're like thinking like what, just waking up, you start having one of those thoughts and you just start being like, well, what do I have to get done today? Well, I should do this and that, and it's like in your head, it's like, no, you're still thinking about this. I'm your brain. You can't fool me. Do you know some people don't have inner monologues? Isn't that spooky? I do.
Those people should be euthanized.
How do you think without one?
I don't know. I don't get it. But like
an animal.
Yeah, like an animal. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. How can you even like think through complex things or feelings or conversations if you don't have an inner monologue?
I have long conversations in my head. Like
I talk out loud to myself all the time. Like
me too.
Person. Yeah. I really like it.
I talk to an invisible audience when I drive.
Yeah. Yeah, or you just do voices to yourself. We all do these things.
Yeah. There's lots of voices.
Yeah. That passes the time even better than smoking.
Yeah.
It will be pretty funny if I've been sterile and pulling out for no reason the whole time. Great sight. Dude, and if that happens, it's like not adopting. Just gonna live.
Battle mode and
the lady that cuts my hair is a PKA fan, actually. Like her boyfriend watches it, and I don't know. She talked to me and she asked me what I did, and I was like, like why I was there so in the middle of the day. She's like, oh, you work from home, and one thing led to another, and I told her the whole thing, and she's like, oh yeah, oh I watched that, yeah, my boyfriend loves that. The Bible stories. Are you the one that tells the Bible stories? And I'm like, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Did you like the story of Jonah and the whale? That's a good one. Yeah.
Stolen valor. It's not fun when it happens to you. I get it.
I like. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Dude, that happened at my haircut place. Like, are you the guy from the podcast? It's like, I'll be finishing my haircut elsewhere. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm on Rooster Teeth.
By way of the ball box.
Although there is nothing better on a road trip if you're going to have to piss in the car than a Gatorade bottle. That wide mouth will accommodate even the girthiest of cocks.
And it unlike a soda bottle, it can hold 32 ounces of pee instead of a mere 20 ounces of pee.
That's right. 20 won't do it sometimes.
No, 20 is enough to get scared at the end.
Whoa. I've pissed in like much smaller, but like I'll look around and like all I have is like a Dixie cup. And I'm
You're
like,
just, psst,
I'm like, this, I swear to God, that's what it did. Yeah. I'm like, this is going to be risky business. I've been in Atlanta traffic, like stop and go traffic, pissed in a red Solo cup. And like looked around and been like, what am I even looking for? Yeah, everybody's looking. And just like threw a cup of piss out my window and then went back to filling it back up again. But there's this mental thing, like a brain butt barrier that has been crossed. Right. And it knows. I'm fiddling with the key in the lock. I'm running through the house, taking my fucking pants off, and like I couldn't hold it for 5 more seconds by the time I get there.
Yes. Dude, I was doing that. I think I told this before. I was freshman in college, and I was leaving a class, and it was, 10-minute walk back to my dorm. And I had to really shit. But I was like, I'll enjoy this shit a lot more back at my dorm in my own bathroom instead of using this public one at this old-ass building that's kind of gross. And so I start walking, about halfway through, I'm like having that mental thought of like I should have shit back at the building. Like this is dire. I'm wearing sweatpants. I look disheveled. I have to shit. I'm probably like starting to sweat. You have to shit so bad, you know, like where you're like holding it in with so much effort. I get to the dorm with my little swipe card, and it's like hand shaking, having to shit so bad. Like miss it twice, finally get it in. Then I have to go to my second one. And as I put my card into my actual door, I missed it the first time. And it was like my body gave up there and gave up a little bit of ground, and I could feel the shit starting to come out of my asshole. And you know, you feel that, you imagine that it's like exploding out. And I just got it real quick on the second one, sprinted to the bathroom, got in there, and it was so urgent that I didn't even have time to like look around to see if I had trailed anything or if there's anything gross. But in your head, you're catastrophizing all of it. So I have this just enormous evacuation. It felt great. and then like after the wave of relief hits me, it's like, oh no. There's probably poop all over the floor or something. And I got up, thank fucking Christ there wasn't, but in my head.
I love Woody's eyes. He was like, poop on the floor.
On the floor? In my eyes. I was so glad that there wasn't shit on the floor. I told that other one where I this is my high school girlfriend. We were at her house, her parents' house. This might be the most embarrassed I've ever been in my entire life. It was so, I wanted to kill myself. Like, I thought, like in the moment, I was like, thank God there are no blades within reach, or I might just die and add a little more to the mess. I went to their bathroom, and it was like one of those bathrooms where you walk in the front door, take a right immediately in the foyer, there's a bathroom. We were about to go out and do something, I believe, or maybe we just got back, and I was taking a shit, and I think they maybe even told me something was fucky about that toilet, but I didn't care. And I just went to the bathroom, and I flush, and I see the beginnings of progress, but to no avail. It starts to raise. It starts to raise a little bit. And it gets to that point where you can see the meniscus of the water touching the sides of the bowl.
Did you double flush, you fool?
And then I double flushed.
Oh, no.
And it was
rookie mistake.
Cataclysmic is the word. I think I was 17, and immediately just comes over it, and I'm just in there like immediately. Game 7. Heart is beating so fast, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It is so. This bathroom is tiny. It's not a big walk-in bathroom. It's a little fucking bathroom, and so like I'm like trying to. Immediately I go. All their towels are ruined. So just take them on the ground. Throw them on the ground. Their whole family's home. I'm like. No. I remember thinking in my head, I was like, I'm close enough to the door and I have my keys. I could just sprint away and break up with her via text on the way home. I was that level of scared. And then, but as this is happening and I'm like running through a million scenarios, like the water is reaching the door. Like it's gonna leave under the door because it's one of those bathrooms where like it's so little that like you know like you're sitting on the toilet, you could like move your right knee and hit the door. Like it's one of those little teeny tiny ones. So there's not even enough room to evaluate the situation. And I get out there,
a toilet in a mirror,
and I just yell, and I'm like, oh, there's shit on the ground. And my girlfriend runs up, and it's just like, oh my God, and I'm like, I know. And so she starts going, and then her mom runs up and is just like, there's shit all over my foyer. And I was just like, I have never in my life, just in my heart of hearts, in that moment, if I would have had a firearm, I don't know what I would have done. I might have ended it.
You might have killed all of them.
Yeah, and then this guy came in and killed all of them and shit and ruined the toilet. It was none of this was me. It was, dude. It was. Oh God, dude, it's bringing back memories of like. Then I leave for that day. Well, my girlfriend and I did whatever we were gonna do, and then like
so you hung out with her for the rest of the day.
Yeah, maybe I don't remember. I don't remember if we did or if I don't remember if this was the beginning or the end of the day. But I do remember that it was just painful for the longest time to go back to her house and see and walk by the Chernobyl that I had left for them. Right to the
you come back a week later, there's still a smell.
Dude, it was, God, that was so
well, your shit went down in the AC vents. And
oh no!
Dude, that's gonna cost us $8 grand. $8 grand. It sucked into the air conditioning compressor.
Oh man!
Grandma came over the other day and nearly fainted.
Oh man, yeah.
She was in the war.
That's. I think that's the most embarrassing story of my life. I think that's it right there.
Horrific. Yeah,
it's horrific.
That's a good one.
Even when I tell that story, my mind has done such defense mechanisms that it feels like I'm telling it about someone else.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my
man.
God. I know how to fix a toilet, so like in that scenario, I would immediately like dive to the back of the toilet down on the floor and turn off the valve. You know, like turn off the water and like save that. Like you pulled a Dumb and Dumber. Yeah, it would have been embarrassing enough to go and ask for a plunger.
I doubled down. Yeah,
like it honestly is like guest bathrooms should always have plungers in them. Every bathroom should have a plunger.
Yes. Yeah.
And
all of our
freshener.
bathrooms have a plunger and a scrub brush.
Yeah,
type
brush.
Thing.
That's basic. Everybody has that.
Ours is like it's decorative. We have like matching antiqued bronze like little holders, and it's not like disgusting.
Grandfather gave these toilet brushes to my father. My father gave them to me, and Colin, someday I'll give them to you. Your antique toilet brushes, just covered in 4 generations of shit. Hey, you can see the clean bristles from the Depression era.
Not a lot of fiber back then.
No, certainly not. Did that trigger any really embarrassing stories that you guys can think of? Anything
Like
that
I've
just
never had an
still thinking
embarrassing
back?
shit situation because like
Doesn't
I
have to be shit, just generally.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I had that one where I had to stop at the gas station and just ruin it.
I one time was
hilarious.
mean to a dog. There was my girlfriend had a small dog. It was a Cocker Spaniel. It was a Cocker Spaniel, and it was the meanest, nastiest dog. And it hated me. And I just tried to like make friends with it. And I was always trying to win it over. And it was like it'd snap at you. It didn't bite so much as it was threatened to bite. It was barking, and their whole family was like used to this dog threatening to bite it constantly. And I was all alone with the dog at one point, and it was like aggressively going at me. And I held its collar in such a way, like maybe above its head where it couldn't do anything. And I was like, "This has got to stop. You are a bad dog," you know. And I really dressed it down when she wasn't there to protect it. She probably wouldn't have approved, but I had enough of that dog.
I just shook it, and I kept shaking it. The next thing you know, I was trying to flush it.
I just spoke meanly to it,
story.
but I can do a good mean voice, and yeah, fucked it up, meant verbally.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be embarrassed in front of the dog.
No, yeah, it's not really an embarrassing
The
story.
dog thinks I'm such a dick every time you go.
That's just a story about you being mean to a dog. That's not embarrassing.
Okay, all right, fuck me. It doesn't fit. My bad.
I like that addition though.
Fuck that dog. I'm still mad at it.
The villains themselves were ultimately responsible for much of the popularity.
Stop relaxing.
Hey, Johnny.
Nothing comes between me and my masters.
What is it, Father?
These footprints were made by the Flying Monkey Men.
Your contributions now to famine caused by...
Capitalism.
That's right, Nick. Capitalism.
You little snickle flip. I love this stuff. Yeah.
Expires